Fishbowl fingerprint slips away, not the twaddle over talks. Reach back for a child and learn it again. 'Cause you're blowing too much.
Hey traders, welcome to episode 755 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here early with me. Also here early, like by 3 hours. And that's okay, man. Just changing it up a little bit since night streams are just like, what's the point anymore? So maybe switching to day streams, might even go earlier than this in the future, you know, to keep it spread out from the 5 o'clock stream. But I don't really know, man. Just going through yeah, I think we're just going through a lull in this crypto space and just trying to figure out what time slots are the best. It happens like, you know, every year, like once or twice. So we're just figuring it out, man. All right, so just starting out the show with, I just stop this music. I mean, if I can't get it right, I'm just gonna like, yeah. That's probably still too loud. I don't even know. It seems quiet. It looks quiet, but you know, 60-minute chart on Bitcoin. You know, you've got different supports that you're holding, and you know, right, you dumped and you rallied on the weekend. You dumped again, made a slightly lower low, and that's when the 4-hour divergence started to develop. And then just a bunch of chop again, and then just a wick, a fake out, right? And about the same low in 60-minute. It's just the wick, man. The wick that got us to the lowest point of this correction, 85.58. Haven't been that low, I mean, yet. Like from the, once we pumped, last time we saw 85.55 was back October 11th, right? So, still holding on. Diverging, continuing to diverge, right? On the RSI, on the 60-minute, right? Where you can just say, okay, low on price, slightly lower low, about the same low, maybe even a lower low. Okay, well then you're just continuing to form divergence on not a very significant time scale here. I mean, just look here, listen to your, you know, your MACD now is showing it, right? Low, about the exact same low, lower levels of negative momentum. That should be good. Shouldn't pop up on the 4-hour. All right, so divergence all over the place in the 60-minute, and divergence definitely real on the 4-hour. What? This shouldn't show up. Okay, so divergence on the 4-hour RSI is still there, and then I mean you're just right, big time divergence. I mean, look at that. You know, it was like you had divergence already, then you made even more somehow, and now you have positive momentum at a critical support looking left, right, from October 2019, that 8,500 area. We didn't technically ever hit it, which is historical, very important, way back from late July 2018, right there. Haven't touched it yet. It's oh so close. But with this much divergence, I mean, you think, hey, maybe this is going to hold, right? We just closed and painted a bullish engulfing candle. We haven't had one 4-hour candle below the 200-day or below the 200 moving average, right? Everything's held so far. Big spinning top, indecision. You never know which way it's going to go. That's spinning top, man. You know, the spin it. Where's it going to land? We don't know. I think that's why they call it the spinning top, all right? A lot of indecision, but again, engulfing candle painted 10 minutes ago. Painted and confirmed. Lots of divergence. All right, so with all that being said, you're like, okay, what does that mean? Well, I mean, that just means that there's a higher probability that Bitcoin will break to the upside next versus the downside. It is less probable that Bitcoin will continue to sell off to lower prices, much lower prices, right? Sure, we could just keep on lulling around, but man, it's nice how you're just holding this horizontal line support on a back test, it seems. It's really nice that the sellers just look extremely exhausted on the 60-minute and the 4-hour. So it does look like a move, potential move to the upside is next, or it is near. All right, and where you could go is maybe to just the top of the wedge, right down sloping resistance. Could put you all the way up, depending on how fast you get there, around 91.50 or so. That seems definitely possible. Not sure if we're gonna break out of it. I don't know about that, right? But that seems possible. All right, so let's go to the other asset.
VeChain doing things.
It is, man. It's killing it. The Chinese S-coins today are killing it. Not just VeChain, but VeChain is leading the pack. That is for sure. One time VeChain was up about 10% today. It's only up 7% right now. It's gone, man. Just straight up. Go to the daily and just look here, man. This is definitely your. I thought I had it. Oh yeah, I do.
Look here. Look, listen.
Asset of the day, right? We're from the candle high close to candle low close, from the move down. We've retraced over half the way, right? 50% or more. I mean, at this point, you're probably at 56% at its highest point. 56% retrace from that high to low. It's pretty freaking good, man. All right, you're still just in the midst of the golden zone. The top of the golden zone being at 69% of 1 penny, whatever. You haven't touched that yet, so. And yes, we have other altcoins doing things today as well, and we're going to look at them. Alright, but just wanted to go live early because why not, man? Why the F not? So you just got to wonder, I mean, you're overbought, you're at 77 on the RSI. Very seldom does VeChain get over 77, right? I mean, in the history of this asset since that split when it went from VIN to VET, it's only been above, it's only been above 80 one time. That's it. So where we are is kind of historical. I mean, this is, we've been to the Andromeda Galaxy one time. All right, are we going to make it back there? I don't know. I mean, this pump eventually, yes, it will sell off. It will retrace. And just saying, man, let's look at the weekly real quick. This one was nuts on the weekly. All right, just look at it. It was beautiful. You had a low on price. You eventually came to the same low, and on the RSI, you had higher levels of relative strength. I bet you money if there was enough data on the weekly, because remember the split. If there was enough data, I bet you money you'd probably have seen some sort of bullish divergence on the MACD as well. It's just not there. It didn't. Data didn't even form until the 11th of March this year. So it's great, man. I mean, you're above 50% of the way. You broke that little wick is where you were holding yesterday, that August 6th, week of August 13th, 2018 level. You broke that finally, and you're going. Now, on the weekly, you're not even close to being overbought. You're 57.77, which is actually, since the data came in, I mean, since it started coming in, back in late 2018, this is the all-time highs on the weekly RSI for VeChain. Interesting. Very good. Tons and tons of volume came in, and it all started with a bullish engulfing candle, and that was actually before the volume came in. The volume didn't come in for another 2 weeks after the initial engulfing. Interesting. Devin, this is just TradingView, man. I'm using like TradingView Pro, so you're not gonna have access to all the different amenities, like all the different indicators. I think you're maxed out at a couple. I don't know what it is anymore, but like, yeah, you only have like 1 or 3 different indicators, and I use more than that. So anyway, that's VeChain doing things. Now let's look at Neo, because this one's doing actually a lot better today. This one's up 11% now. This one's pumping like, it's at its highest points of the day, or near them anyway. All right, so this is your weekly here, where I don't know, you had a higher low, right? This one was like an 88% retrace from the previous low. It was not a double bottom, but same thing, man. It looked very similar to VeChain with the wedge, right? Even had the butterfly on the daily, hit that 1618 that was confluent with an 886 low to high. So I mean, there was confluence. It was pretty, and busted to the upside. And now you're actually bullishly engulfing today. And if you're talking about the weekly, not even close to being overbought, right? Positive momentum's only been going for like your 3rd week. That's the weekly. We can go to the daily. All right, so remember the little upsloping flag we had? Hey, man, I disregarded the wicks. Just look at the tight consolidation. You're breaking out right now. Pretty freaking good. Yeah, Brian Miller, using the 200 simple moving average. Absolutely. Yes. So, all right. The wick wasn't as insane, right? The VeChain.
And one buck, lads. Are you kidding me?
VeChain doing things.
Let's go.
That Moonboy Claus
Oh my
tipped
God.
$250. Ho ho ho. Merry belated VeChain's Day.
Beaterin Day? You trying to say Vitalik Buterin? Holy crap, dude. Bet Moonboy Claus coming in with the $250 contribution, like, bam. Holy crap. I can't imagine the amount of gains that Moonboy has since that low. Think about it. He's over doubled, all right, whatever his portfolio was in just this particular asset. Whatever it was on October 23rd, since then, at its highest point, it's increased 132% in value. Oh, well over doubled. So, Vet Moonboy Claus, killing it, man. Hey, Chinese president, man. He's doing things. He's doing things, and he's doing more things. I don't know. This one, though, is just this is very, very nice. 3 days in a row, just straight green. You'd think, this is like what a beautiful looking potential 3 white soldiers would look like. Don't think you would call it that. It's normally a reversal. You would want to see like 1, 2, 3, like right here, 1, 2, 3. But this is just 3 white soldiers continuation, I guess. I don't know. But again, it's super overbought. 78 in the RSI. Good God. Still going, man. I think its highest high of the day was like 66% of 1 penny. All right. Let's go. Oh, I was doing this earlier. I was like, I don't know if I should do it, man. I don't know. Maybe, what do you think, Batman Boy? Is this, should this stay up? Hold on. Just hanging out, right? It's just a peripheral. It's not really obstructing anything. It's just chilling, though. It's VeChain on the disco moon. Killing it. I don't know if it should stay, though. All right. It's freezing outside. It was 66 degrees this time yesterday. It is now 32, 31 degrees right now. There's like freezing rain this morning and all that. It's wild. So we looked at VeChain. We looked at Neo. Chinese assets. Let's look at another one. ONT. This is a trade setup. This was the one Chinese altcoin that we picked from its entry. It's obviously not done anything. It's not doing what Neo's doing today, and it's definitely not doing what VeChain's been doing. It had the initial pump with all of them, but since then, almost just looks like it's it's some sort of flag, right? Okay, flagging. Forget the wicks, just candle high close. Okay, nice. Looks like a bull flag. So maybe there's more upside potential on VeChain, or not VeChain, but ONT. Sorry, VeChain on the mind. Good God. Adam Anderson, that's very true with Vetman Boy. That escalated quickly. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a lunch stream for the West Coasters, for sure. But man, we got to talk about, I mean, just all these, dude.
Is that a joke? Oh, 6, type on the chat.
Is that a joke?
Let's go, dude. 06, man. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon. Welcome. And thank you for the support, dude. I think you're patron number 135, 136. No, maybe 137 now. Thanks so much, dude. Is there value? Where is there value? Tony, what are you talking about? Value where? Because you're just saying, is there value on this asset? You're not at, obviously you're not at low risk, high reward opportunity, the lowest risk. But if you're talking about a bull pull bull flag, I mean, this might do the same thing that the other Chinese assets did, but it's not certain. I mean, if Bitcoin dumps, then this might dump too. All right, but you know, standard bull pull bull flags. You know, you can go with the 618, $1.36. Seems possible if you can ever break out of this bullish consolidation after the impulse. Definitely showing some sort of hidden bullish divergence right now. It seems like, right, a low, a higher low with higher levels of negative momentum. Right, that is definitely hidden bullish divergence going on ONT right now. So there you go. That means what hidden divergence means in this situation is impending price action continuation to the upside. So yeah, there might be another trade on ONT, but it's not. It hasn't even hit. I mean, I have 3 targets on this one. We almost hit the second one almost instantly, but it pulled back pretty violently. People took profit. And that's it. So, I mean, there's a good chance the way it looks, right? Or maybe market participants were using candle high closes instead of wicks, and you can see it hit the 50% and no higher. So, yep. And if that's the case, then you know the 618 is like $1.30 now. So maybe always a possibility for that. Okay. Let's go ONT. So what's another Chinese altcoin? One that's not doing as well. Tron Connect, only up 2.5% today, but does look like it might be bullishly consolidating. All right, down sloping after an impulse. It already hit the measured move of the slanted inverse head and shoulders. Beautiful. It hit a 38% retrace from the high to low. Okay. Did exactly what you would think it might do, where it hits at the beginning of the golden zone and it reverses. That's why we plot this on like all these assets when we're using Fibonacci for targets. I'm always plotting that because like at any one of these fib nodes we can get a reversal. Well, we got it at the beginning, the first one, the first moderate retrace, pull back, and now we're just again impulse and consolidating, down sloping. Almost looks like some sort of flag, right? Though it may not hold. I mean, it's trying to hold on to September 2019 highs, right? It's trying to backtest that as support, and it's trying to bullishly engulf right now on the daily. Not by much, but there might be more upside potential on Tron Connect, right? You're talking about a pattern, and unless you know the macro is so bad that the macro would stop this thing from going higher, probably. But we're talking about a pattern that was in development from November 2018 all the way to its lowest point September 2019. All right, we're talking like 10 months. This pattern developed. I don't care where it ended, you know, like it ended at a 1414 fib extension from B to C, low to high. That's how you got the 1414, and it almost made a 100% retrace, made that 95% retrace, and had bullish divergence Or the upside, created the pattern, and then was off. So, yep, could always just do what ONT, you know, I mean, like ONT is flagging, maybe Tronconex flagging. We saw that Neo was flagging and it's broken out. VeChain was consolidating somewhat, but there's just been so many like events, these catalysts that have been driving VeChain up. Okay, so not bad, man. Not bad. Tronconex could go higher, right? It looks like it's flagging, maybe. All depends on the macro, man. Bitcoin can't be volatile and crash. Otherwise, none of these will hold. Did I see Applied DNA Sciences Incorporated? No, I did not see it, but it's up 235% on the day. So hype in the chat for this asset that's in an overall bear trend, right? I mean, like, all it does is make lower highs, lower lows. Even on this 235% pump, it's not making any higher highs. So I don't really, I mean, that's great, but how long did you have to hold this crap before this happened, right? I mean, think about it. At one time, this thing was $388. It's $14.76. I mean, it's all-time low. Jeez, like $4, $3.93. Yeah, blasted off. Looks like there was a split. That might have had something to do with it, but just overall bearish, man. Meh. I don't even know how to plot this, really. I mean, really, man. Is it like this or something? There's a downtrend, man. Gross. Whatever. It's awful. But yeah, good stuff on the fat gains. I don't know, you know, if you're monitoring this, what was your reason for taking long? If you took an actual trade on it and didn't just lose your butt for years, for like 3-4 years until it finally blew up today. So Stone. There you go, Kangers. Looked at it for you, man. Tony D, thank you for watching, man. What's up, Broccolinos? Chesapeake Energy Connect. Chet Cola, wasn't it? CHK. Yeah, dude. Yeah, obliterated. Look what's happened to Chesapeake Energy. You know, where it looked like it was forming some sort of wedge. No, look at this. It has broken out of the wedge. Look, it had a divergence on the daily, I believe. Oh wow, look where we are though. From your low to high, previous low to high, we are now touching the 1.618 fib extension. All right, you were hitting the golden mean ratio at 65 cents. So not saying that you know, it's gonna break to the upside here, but you know, it had all this divergence. This might be the last shakeout. I mean, we are now, you know, we're at all-time lows. Wow, that's pretty awful, man. But you just got to think, if it's the golden mean ratio and you've broken out of a wedge that was clearly being painted, maybe it's a fake out. Maybe at this, you know, you break to the upside here. But there is obviously no divergence at this point. There is, you know, it's only bearish convergence, but you're oversold. The most oversold you've been since December of last year. So it's been like 11 months since you were this weak on the RSI. Wow. Get wrecked, Chesapeake. Stream time change doing things? I don't know about that. We're just doing the same thing we always do, man. So Bitcoin, 30 minutes ago, 4-hour candle closed, 87.64. Right now, it's up 42 bucks on the day. Stock market, all-time highs. S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial. Holy crap. Look at the SPY first. As you can see, It's pulled back though, right? At one point today, it was at all-time highs. Right now, it's 308 or 3,086. Okay, so ascending triangle breakout on the back test, and the 1414 is at 310 or 3,100. Haven't hit it quite yet, and a 100% measured move in ascending triangle on this, this ETF. Talking like 3,220 or $322 on this one. But if you look at the SPX, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so good stuff, man. Just continuing to climb. Whatever, divergence is definitely real. I mean, like, look, a high on price, a breakout, now lower levels of positive momentum. When will that play out? Or will it even play out? Or is this market just so manipulated that these ETFs are just going to keep on going? And there's nothing we can do about it. But I mean, that's good though, right? I mean, everyone who's participating in this market's making gains. So crazy. Remember, only 1 month ago, people were saying recession. Wow. Well, I mean, that's still there. I mean, there's a lot of leading indicators that are saying we're already in one. And I think major market participants, like market makers, I think that they know what's going on, right? I mean, the fact that in the past 7 weeks we put in like $200 billion into the repo market, that's telling you something, man. It's the money, the overnight repo market, right? So yeah, it's not really that great, but yeah, markets continue to pump. I think it's election year. I think it's the president putting pressure on the Fed, and I think it's the Fed trying to keep the sentiment high on the stock market so we don't go into a recession, maybe leading up to an election. I don't know. Yeah, I looked at Facebook earlier today. Yeah, I mean, not on the stream, but yeah, we can look at Facebook, whatever. Okay, so Facebook, a big day today, up 2.69%. I do believe that we are painting a bearish cipher pattern. No. Yes. Why would this be 886? It'd be 786. PCZ. What, am I crazy? Okay, so, X, A, B, C, D. And it's a cipher because of the lower low. If it was a bat, it would be a higher low. C would be a higher low than A, and that would make it an 886. So the PCZ potential entry for a short on Facebook, if you want to short. Well, this thing's clearly, obviously bullish, right? But there just might, and maybe if you don't go short on it, maybe it's an area where like, hey, one's taking profit, because but like. It could sell, it could run up to this point, eventually hit it and sell off and only make a 38% retrace and then just go again, right? Because it's like a bearish pattern and a bullish trend. But I mean, that's it, man. That's alert set up. Have your alert set up, maybe like 198 or something like that. Maybe like 200. I mean, that's crazy because like near the PCZ is a big psychological resistance, $200. All right, so that's Facebook, man. In an uptrend. I mean, I'm sure we could paint something, right? I'm sure we could just, let's see. Should we try 1 and 2 here? Maybe we try 1 and 2 on the top first. And then we go like this. It's okay, right? I mean, that's trying to make sense of what we're doing now. I don't think you can do 1 and 2 here because it cuts out a lot of this. I think you might have broken out bearishly if it was the other way around. But that's okay, though. I mean, this, like, I'm just trying to make sense of what it's doing, right? If you do it like that, you're out, right? You've been out. And that, if that's the case, if you have it painted like that, this can make a lot of sense, right? Because you're like coming up to back test the trend you were in, just continuing to climb, and then maybe it sells off and makes a lower high than the previous high. Because remember, when we made a high here, we made lower highs than our previous high. It was like, this was all-time highs. So just whatever, have your alert set up, and you just want to be monitoring the macro. When your alert goes, I mean, just, keep watching every day. Always be scanning. It might be a potential trade. It might not be. You want bearish, really bad, gnarly bearish divergence by the time you get up there to 202. Okay. What is it, Israel? Bitcoin doesn't look so promised in charts of 1 month. The negative momentum on the MACD is not starting yet. I'm confused, Israel. What are you trying to say, man? Can we look at BAT? Yeah, we look at BAT. BAT. Yep, really weak. Lots of selling pressure at 27 cents. You just can't break it. You can't break the 200-day moving average either. That's really big deal, right? Overhead resistance. The candle high close is pretty much where you're stalling, right? Candle high close from July. Look, this right here, that's a swing high, some sort of swing high, minor swing high, and you're just hitting that, and you failed for 3 times now. So it's almost triple topping. Divergence, you know, is definitely there, right? You definitely have bearish divergence on the oscillators on a daily time scale. So if you're in on this trade, because this is a Patreon trade setup, you know, from entry, you're at probably 75% now. You've like almost doubled your, at one point you almost doubled your position completely, right? It was like 88% gains or something from the low to high. So nothing wrong with moving a stop up, nothing wrong with layering out now already. Taking profit while you got it in case this thing decides to fail and be done, right? It looks like it's getting some kind of tired on significant time scale. Definitely looks like that. I mean, I don't really look at the 4 hour on this one because this pattern was so large. It was just insane, man. Like from February 2019, finally hit the entry. September of 2019, man, took forever. All right, so jeez, man. I mean, still above the 200 moving average. All right, great there. But again, starting to stall, right? Starting to go sideways. I don't even know, like, if, you know, like, look at this. All right, maybe just move up, and now you're consolidating with a rectangle. And if you ever break the rectangle, the size of it, you know, measuring upside, downside, if it breaks the downside, all right, if it broke the downside, you could see 17.65 cents. If it broke the upside, sorry, you could see something like 31.5 cents. So you're just kind of, you've been range bound. I don't know, man, going on like 2 weeks now for BAT. So there you go. That's your 4 hour. Okay, there are the possibilities. The oscillators don't look very strong anymore on the daily. They look kind of weak. 4 hours kind of not that great either. So just be happy with BAT increasing in value at one time with the highest point like 85 to 88%. Crazy. Okay. So Crypto Cracker. IWM, yet range bound asset at the very top. Okay, so things to think about. There is definitely bearish divergence, just like there is on the S&P 500. You know, this is the Russell 2000 index ETF. Okay, like the SPY for the SPX, or the DI, or it's like the DIA for the DJI, Dow Jones. So the question is, it's like, it's tough, man, because it's like, this is more like a bullish range, not a bearish range. Right, so going short here, yes, it seems very logical, like a good idea almost, right? When you have the divergence going on, you're at the top of the range, the very tip top, right? And you could, you know, one goes short and they have their stop above 160, 161, and if it dumps, you know, because look at the range, it's beautiful, man. But at this point, you're just getting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 1, 2, 3 times, right? We know about the rule of 3. After you're in a range, and you've hit, like, you've had major highs and lows that have like hit 3 times inside of a range, there's like an increased, just mathematically increased probability of a breakout occurring at some point, right? It's been in this range, I mean, really since like February. So eventually it'll break out, and we're so deep into the touch points, right? We got 3 and 5 touches. 8 touches total of this range. It's getting likely that a breakout's coming. So you're not overbought. And the breakout point is 160. And if it made a measured move at this range, then it's going to put you above all-time highs. And so that's not out of the realm of possibility with this macro being so insane right now, right? Election year, we're just propping up the prices. Oh, divergence, whatever, man. You know, you'd think, I mean, dude, weekly divergence, daily divergence, none of that played out on the S&P 500. It couldn't. It didn't. It's just like, what? Rudy Poo? Doesn't even make sense? Because you've got, like, serious powers propping the market up. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not like, you know, just one individual asset like Nike, you know, or Texas Instruments. It's the literal heart and soul of the stock market. So even with bearish divergence in the weekly, I think even maybe in the monthly and the daily at the same time, it didn't even matter. It just kept going. I was like, I tweeted about it. I'm like, what it was doing at the time. It looked like it was showing impending price action reversal, but nope. The Fed cuts rates again. Retail numbers came out. They were the worst they had been. You stopped growing for the first time in like 7 months. And I think we have this week retail numbers coming out, which really bad if they're down again. If we're not growing twice, that's really indicative of the U.S. consumers slowing down. And you're slowing down going into Christmas season. That's not good. So we'll see if someone could get with me and let me know about what day that those numbers come out. I know it comes out this week. So it might be Thursday. So hey, if you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. I don't think I've gotten one new sub on this stream, which is very common now. I don't grow anymore, no matter what I do. And YouTube is changing their terms of service and the algorithms. No one ever knows, so maybe I'm just getting hidden. And I don't know what it is, man. Just can't grow anymore. I don't know. Man, I think my content is too wholesome. I think it's too educational. I don't think there's enough degeneracy involved with what I do to grow on YouTube, right? Need to play some hype beast rap music, and then maybe I'll grow, right? Okay, so Bitcoin still just sitting 87.69 with all that divergence on the 60-minute and 4-hour. It does seem, with this bullish engulfing candle painted, holding above the 200 moving average on that 4-hour time scale, that Bitcoin does look like it's ready to run to the upside. Maybe not by too much, but definitely looks like it's ready to go to higher prices. And I mean, again, it could literally only go up to like 9,000, 9,100. Remember, there's like a square up there at like 9,000. I forgot. So if you're going short here, it's an absolutely incredible low risk, high reward opportunity for a short. But then again, you're trying to short, you know, New York Stock Exchange, one of the major indices. And we know it's being extremely manipulated right now. So let's just say this wasn't the IWM, right? This is something, right? Okay, you can go with longs or shorts. I mean, it could just be setting up for a bull flag, and then it's finally going to break out, and then your target is way up here, right? So, I mean, there's an argument for the longs and shorts, but I think if you're talking about an individual asset, going long here is stupid, right? Going long here is a high risk area. So going short and having the stop just slightly above that May 3rd, 2019 level, the highest point, right? You could use Fibonacci and go half and half, right? Low to high. See, if you go to 50%, you don't even have the reward to risk that you want, right? So you'd have to short to the golden retrace, which is $150.50 to get a 3-to-1 reward to risk. Okay, so I mean, if you have a tighter stop though, if you're willing to concede that, then yeah, you're 3.57. So to get 3-to-1. I mean, it's almost like 50% is almost 3-to-1 right there. So halfway mark. Another way one could do it, right? Need more thoughts. Yep, probably. Thoughts grow every day on Twitch. It's crazy, dude. And then, like, you know, another target, of course, could be whatever you want, right? It could be, yeah, trying to get it perfect. There we go. I mean, another one could be 618 if you're conservative. And then you could have a third target, 786, 886, 100%, right? Probably don't want to go to 100%. It's probably not going to go down there. So 786, right? And assuming there's accumulation, that's like a 4.75 to 1 reward to risk. And so you have the divergence on your side here at the top of an overhead resistance. So the argument seems decent, but again, major index on the New York Stock Exchange, which is monkey ass, right?
Is that a joint?
Bullish harmonics on CGC on both daily and weekly, was discussing in charting Discord.
Thank you, Charles. Sorry, oh, wow, I was about to call you Charles Schwab. Well, there's 8,800. Bitcoin just broke it up 1%. 88.16, 88.18. There you go, man. CGC Connect. Pot stocks got wrecked today, right? Wasn't there earnings? Also, where the heck is it, man? Let's see. There he is. Crypto Schwab. Charles Schwab Connect. Okay.
Is that a joint?
It's great content, man. We still here, brother.
Thanks, Kevin Grubb, man. Southern Football Unite, because we're not even in the same conference, so I can't even be like SEC. Thanks, dude. But you'd think that Clemson maybe should be in the SEC, right? Just the way the rest of the ACC is, you know, it's like, what are you doing, man? ACC, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, oh my God, Virginia, Miami, like what's going on, dude? Wake Forest, they're pretty good this year, are they? Thanks, dude. Oh yeah. I've had this up, yeah, for sure. Let's look at it on the big screen. Here it is, CGC. That's what you asked for, right? Thanks for the nearly 400 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, like button, that bell, that's up. Thanks so much. All right, so 78% retrace puts you right around that 1664. We got to 18 bucks at one time, so we didn't quite get there. I wonder if that's a 1272. Oh, it certainly is. Look, that was a 1272. But again, all right, 786. Let's go back to it. Don't know if you want to like mess around with just the 1272. I don't think that's strong enough. Sometimes maybe it's going to happen, but you're really looking for like, okay, so we can be like 786, and then I think the 1414 is also good. So let's talk about like just it's a range, right? Here's your like PCC. This is the for real pattern completion zone. You know, this is your confluence area right here. So in the dead middle of it, it's like 1587, 16 bucks, right? There you go. So PCZ. Yeah, this is a textbook bullish Gartley. Yeah, the lower high, the 61.8% retrace. That's it. So this is almost like a Bitcoin back in early 2019, harmonic developing. You know, with Bitcoin, it had a 78% retrace on 1414. I decided to go long, and that was the trade setup entry too, was the 1414 for the extension. And that here is like 1475. So just in there. And if one was just to look at it like a, you know, a trade, I mean, you know, you can look, you got to be careful here. You got to think about it, because look left, if it falls below this PCZ, there's no real support until like 10 bucks, man. So are you willing to risk that much? Maybe keep the stop tight. Then if you go from the high point to maybe the low point where the entry would hypothetically be to get targets, right? A 38% retrace. Well, that's if you have your stop tight like that, I mean, you're looking at a 4.25 to 1 reward to risk, just for it to get to like the beginning of the golden zone. That's pretty freaking good reward to risk. And then, you know, that's target 1, and then you can just layer out 50%, 618, right? And then, like, you know, once it gets to that, if it ever got to the 618, you can almost be completely out of your position and just hold on to a very, very small amount, like 10% of your position or less, and see if it rides to higher prices, because it's the pot stock industry and it's nuts. It's kind of speculative and crazy volatile like crypto, so maybe it could go much higher. So but if you're talking about KC Stubbs is like this. Oh, here's X. Okay, well, that's it. It's like 3 to 1, and swing for the fences or nothing. All right, that's target 1 at C and target 2 is A, right? So a lot less conservative the KC Stubbs way. So it's all about how you want to play it, man. That would take much, much longer to play out too. Wow. How long would it take for us to get all the way up there? Forever, man. And if you do it like that, there's no layering out. So I don't know, man. You can be conservative or you can be really loose. That makes sense. CGC.
Bruh.
What's up, Jeremy Ragsdale, man? Oh, hey, it's Larley, man. What's up, dude? Wow. Miss Peabody, you're always flexing, dude. Yes, you are. Because you work for Flexacoin, remember? Dude, what happened to them? Talking about scams and talking about them being so up in arms about me talking crap about their crap. Where are they now? They're nothing. Can somebody give me an update on Flexacoin's project? Somebody just give me a brief overview of what they're doing right now from what they were doing when they were trying to shield their crap when Bitcoin was hitting like 52-week highs. Why are they not trying to do it now? Exactly. Crypto Jeremy goes to Georgia Tech. That's okay, man. Dude, it's a great school to learn. It's a great school, but it's not a great football school right now and hasn't been for a pretty long time, right? I mean, if you argue with that, you're a homer, right? I mean, it's like me being like, oh yeah, Bama's just going to destroy LSU. It's like, that's homerism. I didn't say anything like that. I said that I think that LSU, I mean, we're talking the day before the game. I said on stream, LSU is the more complete team, and it wouldn't be surprising at all if they won. Okay? Because that's my alma mater. Oh my God, it's Probst, man. What's up, Probst? What you doing, dude? Over in Cali. I bet it's warmer than it is here. You hope YouTube doesn't cancel my account because it's not commercially viable? Yeah, me too. I hope so. Yeah. That would be unbelievable. That would be like, I don't know. Like, if I'm trying to like educate every day and trying to empower people and they shut something down like that, that's riot worthy, dude. That's insane. Flexacoin daily volumes 2 Bitcoin. Let's go, man. Let's go. Is there an asset in the past that has formed a similar harmonic on both the daily and weekly? I mean, what do you mean? Of course, right? You could argue that it's the same thing on the weekly for CGC. I don't really know what you mean, though. I mean, I don't like, are you talking about the same pattern, similar pattern? Are you talking about Gartley only? Are you talking about sharks? I mean, because we've been looking at US Steel, right, that had a momentously sized pattern that was visible on the weekly and daily. US Steel, right, pattern been in development since January of 2016. Talking like it was going on 4 years before it hit an 88% retrace. Before it hit, 130% retrace, fib extension BTC. All right, we're showing the wedge, we're showing the divergence, the daily and the weekly, right? Is that what you're asking? Because it's visible on, but look at the weekly divergence was nuts, man. Freaking nuts. And since it's hit that bottom, you know, we're up about 30%. 30% on this asset. Maybe even a little bit more. But that's like crazy, right? Because the pattern's so large that our targets are really up here at like $24 to $33. That's the crazy part. it was just beaten down. The divergence was so real. It wasn't just on the weekly, it was also on the daily too. So, good example. Awesome. Glad you like it, man. Monthly. Well, yeah, we looked at it yesterday, Kevin, but we can, sure. So US Steel, man, it looks like it's got much further to go if you got some time. That's it. Yeah, we can look at regen for a second. This was a great example of technical analysis and how it works, man. It was freaking beautiful. I don't know what's not on the... Let me just make it visible. Dirk, thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome. First sub of the day. Wow. Regen's killing it, dude. Continuing to rise. Remember, we're talking about profit-taking levels. The main one's at 50%. And that's, if you're talking about a bearish 5.0, that's where people sometimes go short if it makes enough sense. Hold on. Visibility. Weekly. Oh, make sure it's on the monthly too, right? Because the monthly is nuts. All right, go to the monthly. The monthly, man. All right. Very, very seldom are you seeing triple MACD bullish divergence on the monthly. So beautiful. That's Class A bullish divergence. This is Class C bullish divergence, where you make a low on price, a slightly lower low with a double bottom on your oscillator. All right. Since then, we painted a bullish engulfing candle in October. And look at the follow through price action in the past 12 days has been insane, from 308 to 350. The power of the significant time scale, the power of context and understanding. Wow, huge impulse. You wanted a stupendous run from June of 2010 all the way to October 2015, 5-year uptrend. And then the correction's been going on for like 4 years. Okay. 4-year long correction, developing a falling wedge pattern. Don't know how deep we've gone from the lowest low to the highest high. 50% retrace, a little bit deeper. I mean, you had like a 55% retrace. So yeah, I guess people could argue there's value, some value there, not deep areas of value, but it doesn't matter, right? Because we identified a shark. We'd have identified a falling wedge on the daily and the 4-hour. And of course, there was more than this, more of an argument on the weekly. It's nuts, man. So many good things. Okay. Here's your daily. Here's that wedge, right? We get those, right? You get impulses down, and then you get consolidation patterns, down sloping consolidation, 2 converging trend lines that is down sloping. That's a wedge, and that a lot of times acts as a reversal, and it surely did. It's been beautiful, man. Only ignorant people say that, Kevin Grubb. People that don't understand at all. And maybe people that, I don't even know, man. I think there are people that try to show all kinds of fake TA. There's like fake TA dudes, for sure. Dues almost tripled his money on VET. This is nuts. Yeah, 130% from the October 23rd low to the highest high of the run. Beautiful. 130, man. All right, man. I've been live now for 58 minutes. Oh my God. So it looks like we can go back to Bitcoin. And just take a look at it. 87.84.
Is that a joke?
Hey, Joshua, man. Oh my God, happened to Jet.
Is that a joint?
Dude, give it a shot, man. Thanks so much for joining Patreon, showing support, dude. It's because of people like you, I'm able to come back multiple times a day to do market analysis, scan for trade setups, take requests, and I guess there are other reasons why people watch too. I don't know if it's whatever it is. Positivity. Try to keep it positive. Try to cut the stream short if I don't feel like I'm being that positive. Because everyone has bad days, man. Right? Everyone does. Even streamers, man. So again, just kind of going sideways. I mean, down sloping, but I'm talking about today from yesterday, right? You actually made your lowest low of this correction today, intraday. Negative momentum still building, just neutral as F on the RSI, but still out of the channel, still out, and always thought that 8,500 we could hit to back test it before maybe running again. But I do think that, of course, nothing's certain, you know, and it's like, what do you think it's going to do? Well, it all depends on... All right, stock market closed. Right. Oh man, it was so close. S&P was so close to closing at all-time highs. It was only like a few bucks off, whatever. But no, it's not about what I think. It's about what's going to happen at critical areas. All right, the song that Privet Gang made. You know, it's like, where's it going to go? Well, if it can hold above 8,500 long enough, I think there's a good chance for it to run to the upside. But if it breaks 8,500, you're probably going down to 7,500 again. It's not about what I think. It's about how it's going to respond to historical support resistances. That's really what it is, man. Not about what I think. It's about the correlation with price action to trend lines. Okay. But the title of the stream, talking about Bitcoin Wedge. Your wedge here after the milkman wick, whatever, when you started normalizing on your price action, you can clearly see now, I mean, how much more validity do you need that this might be real? Or it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the bottom. And I do think that this is some sort of shortening of the thrust, which if you don't know the shortening of the thrust is, it's pretty much seller. It's like the last hoorah for the sellers. They pushed it down. They pushed this price down. There's a square up, certainly. But you're just trying to break below critical supports again while being just so exhausted. And exhaustion's shown by our oscillators. It's indicating to us, man, you're at this critical support again for like the third time, and you can't fall below it. When you can't fall below it at these critical areas and there's divergence, there's a very high probability that it breaks the upside next, not continues to go down. And so when I say that, that doesn't mean it's certain. Nothing's certain. Man, if you keep trying to make trades based off probabilities, you're going to be successful, right? And how do you know, how do probabilities increase? When you're at supports, when you're showing divergence at those supports or those critical fib nodes, right? I think we hit a 61.8% retrace from the lowest low to the highest high, even using the mailman wick. Here it is, right? You pretty much touched it, man. You pretty much touched the 61.8% retrace, and we know how important that is, right? What do we know about the 61.8% retrace, man? We know all about it, right? Look no further than previous all-time highs to the lowest low, high to low. Where we go? 61.8% retrace, the golden retrace. Okay, perfect. Before the correction began, what do we do? What was it? Am I crazy? So is that and that? Oh yeah. Sorry. From the low here to the high, what did we do? 61.8% retrace before reversing. And you can see before I just gave those examples where we are now from that low to high, 61.8% retrace, 61% retrace at a critical support looking left with bullish divergence on the 60-minute and the 4-hour. So though it may not be a breakout move because it's not so much on the daily that we're seeing this cool stuff, but it is a 60-minute, 4-hour, so that means it might run to the top of the flag or wedge, right? That does seem more probable than it continuing to sell off to lower prices, especially with that really the bullish engulfing candle being painted. That's real nice. Just drinking my Irwin coffee, man. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Crypto Schwab, man. Again, dude. Kangish. Thought a fight was being announced? What do you mean, dude? What is it? You've done analysis comparing the RSI to the price movement on both the weekly and the monthly charts. What is it that explain what makes it bullish to you based on the weekly and monthly, right? I know you can say that, but it's like, give me your argument, you know? Like you've done analysis, but I mean, like look at the weekly and the monthly. It's like, what is it about the weekly on the RSI that is super bullish to you? To me, it doesn't look that bullish, right? I mean, it's okay, but it's not like, I mean, dude, look here, listen, right? This is the RSI on the weekly for Bitcoin. These two vertical lines, that is containing the entirety of the bull cycle, the bullish cycle, 2015 to 2017, or January 2018, whatever. Doesn't matter. It was ending there. But look, the whole bull cycle for 2 years, you never fell below that 50 mark, right? You stayed above it. Look what happened. We broke down and fell below 50, and now we've run up and we've only back tested it. We have not used it as, I mean, we used it as resistance. We didn't break it and hold it as support, did we? No. So you're still on the lower side of equilibrium, just neutral. All right, so who's that? Boone P, thanks for the sub, dude. Bet Simone, Thangz, dude. Appreciate the sub, dude. All the new subs when you make it, thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. Is anyone watching ONT? Yes, Rich Satoshi. Is anyone watching? That means you are new. Thanks for being a new viewer. Hopefully you're subbed to the channel too, Rich. Is anyone watching ONT? We've been doing things on that one, dude. All right. I mean, this is the ONT. ONT, you say, right? Bam. Okay. So it's like flagging right now. It looks like it's bull flagging, excluding the wicks. So yeah, dude. Definitely on. When we looked at it earlier in the stream too, like the actual price and stuff, like the chart. Okay. Thanks for the 154 likes, man. So we got 435 watch now. Is it possible to get 200 likes, man? It might be. We have the power and technology to do it. Okay. So does that make sense? What I'm looking at on the weekly for the RSI is not maybe as good as you might like it. And this is the way I had the wedge plotted for the Bitcoin trade setup down here. And you're out of the wedge still, right? Look left, you know, support 8,500. I mean, that's looking like where it's trying to get to, and it might still get there to backtest. Robert, not really, man. What happened, Probst? Well, my closing bell went off. What happened, dude? Did we get screwed? Or did it pull back when the stock market pulled back immediately? I don't know. What you mean? You're rich. My name's Mitch, dude. But you thanked yourself, so you're welcome, Rich. I don't even know. I'm just talking to you. Oh, November 15th is the retail sales number. Okay, so we got a few days. So it's Friday. The numbers will be out on Friday. That'll be a big deal. So we want to watch that. I mean, unless you start, you're not gonna be flex on anyone unless you start talking about Ohio State football. Crypto Schwab. Don't do it, man. What's up, Crypto Time? I don't know if VeChain's #1, dude, but it's doing well. It's up 130% since its all-time low, which was the previous major low we've had. Oof. Alright, man, I'm kind of sore. Been like running and stuff more, you know, trying to get back in better shape and all that. The November effect you're talking about, I mean, this is between like October and what March is like where we've had the most insane bull runs ever, and we've had the most insane sell-offs, crashes ever. So tis the season. Tis the season for market volatility. We survived summer where sell-in may go away, they say. So this could all mean the market could continue to run. You know, remember we broke all-time highs. I'll look at the SPX real quick and look at the weekly on it, so you can see this is it, dude. Weekly, there it is, all-time high. So the divergence was there, and you're running up, and you're not overbought yet. We haven't been overbought on the S&P 500 since January 2018. It's been a long time, but we're getting close. Getting real close. You're getting close to the upsloping resistance of that pretty large rising wedge pattern. I mean, been going on since April this year. So yeah, there's more room to run to the upside. It's pretty wild though. You know, it's really weird. Not weird, I guess. It's just crazy that from your major high to low, right, from the top of 2007 to the low of 2009 March. We were at the 2618 and we couldn't break it, right? That was where we were stalling. One time, two times, but now we've broken the 2618 fib extension, major fib extension from way back. Pretty nuts. And look how before we broke the 1618, how we were stalling there for like 2 years, before we finally broke it, back tested, ran again. Pretty crazy, man. So the first outer fib extension's broken, man, just barely. Oh, I got you, dude. Yeah, I mean, Ohio State has the absolute largest alumni of any university, I think, in the world. Boss Matt TV, I don't know, maybe 4 through 6. 4 through 6. It's, you know, it's hard to put Oregon in front of Alabama if Alabama performs in the Iron Bowl. Like if Alabama beats the crap out of Auburn, which they might, and because it's in Jordan-Hare, which is home for Auburn, home field advantage, and they're always juiced up. That's a rivalry game, and Auburn has like a really good defense. Like if Bama can perform and actually win by like 2 touchdowns plus, I don't think even with Oregon winning their conference championship, which they're not out of the woods yet either. I think they'll have to play Utah, which is not going to be easy to win that. If saying they win all that, if they beat Utah in the Pac-12 championship game with only 1 loss to Auburn, that's going to be tough. Bama might very well just get left out, and Oregon goes. I mean, there might be a riot, dude. But you got to know that Ohio State is in if they run the table, which we've seen Ohio State 2 years in a row crap the bed. They crapped the bed to Purdue last year, and the year before they crapped the bed to Iowa. So they're not out of the woods yet, even though they look very good. They look extremely good, right? Number 1. So Ohio State's in, assuming they don't screw up, which they have historically and recent history. Clemson definitely in. They run the table 100%. LSU definitely in. They run the table. Even with 1 loss, LSU is gonna be in, right? If they lose to Georgia in the SEC title game, they're probably still gonna go. That's something that Bama can't have. LSU has to win all, right? You don't want like all of a sudden LSU to have a loss, because I think that hurts Bama. But Oklahoma, they have a loss already. They almost lost to Iowa State. I don't know if they have a chance, right? I really don't know if they have a chance. Can't lose to Kansas State and then almost lose to Iowa State. I mean, that's really bad. If they're going to be objective, there are better teams. At the big house? Oh, yeah. Michigan shouldn't be tough at all. I mean, but, Anyway. You hope Auburn beats Georgia this week. It's always a possibility. It's in Jordan-Hare, so they're going to be juiced up for that. That's that's the oldest rivalry in the SEC. I think, though, the oldest rivalry of all of college football is like Minnesota versus Wisconsin or something like that. I'm not even kidding. Fantasy, football, college, crypto, coin, make it happen. Dude, I've played college football fantasy before. It's extremely fun, but it's really hard getting people that want to do that over NFL. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I get it. NFL's a big deal. Oregon's winning the title. Okay, dude. I don't think so. Just an opinion, Joe says, but if the Dow can break above 28,000, Bitcoin has a chance to be the speculative investment at 2020 dollar cost average. He's saying that's his 2 cents. Beware of the downside. Well, I mean, yeah, but dude, again, until this breaks, you can't really argue, man. Like, until this upsloping support breaks, Bitcoin's in an uptrend, man. Bitcoin's in a log scale uptrend until it's not. Okay? Look where you are. You're right at critical supports. You hold this long enough, you could break right back up to nearly 10,000 again on Bitcoin. Uptrend till not. Uptrend really until 8,500. I'm sorry, until 7,300's broken. 7,400's broken. Because we were in jeopardy. I mean, it was like, oh man, but you were exhausted. You sold off again, and you were at the bottom of the upsloping support. You were at a critical horizontal line support. You were showing this on both oscillators, and it was just too tired, and then just blasted off, right? And so now we're hanging on outside of a downsloping resistance, hanging on above critical historical supports for now until we're not. Okay, so that's my argument that Bitcoin is still in a long-term uptrend. It's still technically in a correction. But you're like, Ray, we broke out of the correction. That's true, but remember, it's that step one. You have to have 2 steps, and you have to break previous overhead resistance of that structure, and that's around pretty much $11,000. Okay, that's the next minor high I would see. Okay, of the little downtrend correction. Boss man, I agree, man. Did we look at the weekly yet? Yes, we looked at it. Look, here's the weekly. Here's your weekly. Hidden bullish divergence is still in effect, it seems like, right? Does definitely look from a low here to a higher low with what? Higher levels of negative momentum, impending price action continuation to the upside, because that was where we were going. Look, low, higher low. Let's look at the Gaussian tool. Bouncing off the top of it. Very good. Looks great. The Gaussian looks amazing. You're not even hitting the inner band, you're hitting the outer band. That's great. The only thing I don't like that much is how we're below that 53 mark. Now, you know, if you talk about the 50, you are technically like below 50, which is the absolute middle, the equilibrium area. What? Yeah, 50. Look, you're right at neutral. Whew. Mysteries abound, man. All right. Not too bad, though, on the weekly with the Gaussian, with the hidden bullish divergence. So let's see if this can play out, man. The negative momentum's continuing to wane. We're staying inside the channel. All is well for now until it's not. Okay. You're just skating. I mean, the daily Gaussian is, you're just right there at the inner band. It's like tough, man. Definitely below the 200-day moving average, but maybe you don't stay below it for long. Sweet. I'm sure probably VeChain's going to retrace very soon. Andrew said, yeah, there's a definite possibility of that, man. Definitely. 130% gains and I don't know, like close to 3 weeks or something. That's insane. Yeah. Okay, I can't do the frogs burping, whatever that song was. I've heard it before. I don't like it. Okay, someone was asking about ZRX, which I don't know why it's not doing anything today. But I also look at this one on log scale, right? Because it just, you can't really do anything because the dump was so devastating on ZRX that you can't confine all the candles inside a channel. But if you do it like this, it's beautiful. Like we've had a breakout break out of a channel that had been in development since May of 2018. It retraced, hit that 200-day moving average and started bouncing, but the rally seems kind of weak, right? Really weak after divergence developed and we dumped. We're now attempting a rally and we don't have any positive momentum. We're just sitting at like 54 neutral on the RSI. You know, it looks very weak. So it looks like a lower high could be getting painted soon and we might sell off again. But despite anything, whether we hit the top of the range or not, I think that there might very well be good value down at like 22, 23 cents for a potential momentous sized left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So that's what we've been waiting on. We could be waiting on this until freaking February of 2020, man. It could take forever, but not worried about it because ZRX is one asset and we look at hundreds of charts. Hundreds. So potential trade setup on ZRX when it gets to 22 cents, but not really until then. Not really worried about it until that happens, if it ever happens. Thanks, Brandon, man. That's all subjective, right? You say I'm the best, then someone else in the chat says I'm not the best, and that's like, it's like whatever, dude. Not even about that, okay? It's just about trying to empower others, help other people, and you just try everything you can to compare yourself to yourself the day before. Try to be better than that. Otherwise, you're just gonna get sad, okay? Okay, so after making adjustments, AMD's not really moved much the past few days. But, oops, log. Right. Doesn't look too bad, right? It's just 1 and 2 on the top and just adjusting to this bottom point, uptrend. I mean, you were like, you had broken out, but you were range bound, right? You just kept hitting this 2780 mark and we broke the overhead resistance. We're 52-week highs right now. Very, very nice. And 4277, believe it or not, is the 2007 highs, but that's not even all-time highs. All-time highs on AMD goes back to like July of 2000 when you hit $48.50. Crazy. Very crazy. Very overbought, right? How long does AMD on the daily stay overbought? And it depends, right? June and August, it stayed overbought for a while, and it got extremely high. I mean, 86.7, that's semis, right? That's semiconductors, kind of a momentum asset class, I would feel like. I mean, when they go on runs, they go hard. They hit those extensions, food extensions. So if we're just looking at short-term targets, I guess you just go from the high point to low, previous high to previous low. Haven't even hit the 1272, which is at like 3770. But between, I mean, that's where we could reverse. No bearish divergence yet, but just overbought. Okay, so it could just keep climbing if the macro stays strong. Remember, AMD is part of the S&P 500. Got added, I think, maybe back in like 2015 or something like that. Got re-added because it was on the S&P 500 way back, and then got delisted, during this time. During all this crap, dude. This doesn't look like a long time, but we're, this is 2008. This is 2016. At some point in here, that's where got delisted, but then I think it was on the way up, right? 2016, yeah, on the way up, it was re-added to the S&P 500, which is lit. So hey, you want to see? Great. Oh, here we go. Look at this, man. This hindsight stuff. Now, I don't think it got even close to a measure move, but it was textbook. Does anyone know what this is right here? Someone tell me what this is before I move on. How about Tesla reaching all-time highs? I can't wait till Tesla hits 420.
Is that a joint?
I'm gonna get like a Tesla overlay made. I'm gonna get an Elon Musk mask, and we're gonna party, dude. Okay. There we go. Yes, sir. Lost your gun. Lost your gun. Who is a hype king forever? Yes, 3 falling peaks pattern. Wow, is it not gorgeous? Again, though, 100% measure move never even came close. Okay, never came close. But if you go from previous low to high, I wonder how deep we went. Look there. Look, listen. Look what that. Look, man. From a low to high, golden mean ratio. Hit the 1618 perfectly. And now, and it bounced, right? And look, it goes back to kind of double bottom there too. Wow. Can't tell me Fibonacci isn't amazing, dude. Shows us so much stuff. All right. Yeah, 3 falling peaks. So you'll have 3 peaks and 2 valleys. The second valley is what we call the confirmation line.
I know you hate us coins, but can you please check out BTC for me?
Sure, Maha Freedom. What's up, dude? Thanks for the
Oh, it feels so good!
contribution, dude. Oh my god, of course it didn't hold there. Of course it dumped. That's crypto, or that's Bitcoin pairs, right? Where they're just like, you know, hey man, there's a support here. There's a little bit of divergence. And nope, going down. All right, so but what fib extension is it at? Maybe it is at 1. Low to high. Yeah, look at that. Just skating along the 1272 perfectly. Wow. Holding on for dear life. Definitely diverging on the MACD. Okay. But remember, the trend is awful, right? It's a terrible bearish trend. Okay. Bullish divergence on the MACD. No real pattern. I mean, it's awful, dude. There's no pattern here. It's just like whatever. So yeah, maybe it breaks the upside here. Maybe. Impossible to tell if literally impossible to tell if there's any kind of weekly stuff going on with AGI to BTC. It's terrible, right? There's just no data, not enough. You'd think that maybe from this low to this low, it's higher levels, right? So, okay, maybe, just maybe there's weekly bullish divergence going on. I mean, I guess you could definitely argue that, right? Stalling, getting a little tired, all right? So if you were just to play this crap, I don't know. Look, you're starting to weekly bullishly engulf, but not by much. You know, you would think that if this was to retrace, it would probably just go up to back test before dumping lower, right? Back test this area and then dump again, but I don't know. Dude, I don't even know if there's enough demand for that. It's terrible. Really bad, man. There's your AGI, dude. Not much to really talk about besides, hey, cool stuff that at a 1272 fib extension, you might be showing some weekly divergence. And you're showing a little bit of bullish divergence on the MACD on this daily time scale. Right? 1272 could reverse and come to back test 500. That means it would double in value to just back test. That's what it'd have to do. It never back tested. So maybe run up and say, oh no, we can't do it, and then dump again. All right. That'd be your target if you were to trade that. And it would just look something scrubby like this. Like, okay, not gonna mess around with this crap. So tight, really tight stop. Who cares if we get scrubbed out? Not a big deal, man. So, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, being conservative, not even testing that, maybe testing that, right? So it's like, okay, low risk, high reward, I guess, on AGI to BTC, 7.9 to 1 reward to risk. Good luck, you know? Like, that's maybe it. Most people in their life never get called the best by anyone for any reason ever. Perspective, brother. Plus Neil deGrasse Tyson proved that you're the best according to research. Kappa. Kappa. Thanks, Kane Logan. The words of encouragement. Hype. Norwegian fish industry is into VeChain tracking for fish export. Norway does good investing in the right things. I mean, dude, if they've been investing in VeChain for longer than, I don't know, 3 weeks, it's terrible investing, right? Because VeChain's lost so much of its value. So we got more answers on the falling three peaks. Yeah, dude. 3 falling peaks, falling 3 peaks. They're all good. They make the same thing. That's good that we have people that know that. Feel better, man. This Peabody has a good feeling on why he was finding so many bearish patterns. He was looking at overbought stocks. He's going to start looking at oversold stocks and see if that changes. There you go, man. Make sure there's like 1 million volume. It's normally what you want. David D, man. I mean, like, I have a Patreon with trade setups and stuff. So who's shilling? I mean, you're coming in. Are you mad, dude? Are you upset, dude, that I'm live? Does it affect you so much that you have to be negative and mad? You realize, like, I educate in these streams. We do market updates, keep people informed about what's going on with the oscillators. Hello? Dude, go start your own stream, man, so we can go talk crap to you, Bearish butterfly for Nvidia. Yeah, I think we had that idea for a long time, man. But it's like a long way away, isn't it? See, I think I have one on the weekly. No, I guess I don't. Hold on. Yeah, dude. Give me a sec. I know what you're talking about there, right? Bearish butterfly? Let me guess, David D. He's been here for like a day. Well, why would you say it in my live chat, dude? It's so weird. I wouldn't say it's a, what were you calling it? Bearish butterfly? No, dude, it's more like a bearish bat. Look. See it? Oops. Mark Flanagan, thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome. Awesome. Okay, but so yeah, right? X, A, B, C, D, 886. PCZ is like 270. Not overbought yet on the weekly. Lots of positive momentum. It's not waning. I mean, but one thing to remember is high to low, you're at a 50% retrace. So always could reverse. You're in that golden zone between 188 and 228. Any one of these can act as a reversal. Okay.
Is that a joint?
Just wanna say thanks. Like, subscribe, and share these videos. Mitch has been here for a while and he's consistently himself. Support him when you can, please.
Thanks, Maha Freedom, for the contribution, man. Much love. Very, very cool. Sorry. Okay. Oh, wow. We didn't even look at... My bad, dude. We didn't even look at XRP today. I feel bad. Let's just go back to the... Remember, there's the idea that there's a bullish cipher going on, maybe. Shoot, man. I guess it's... Is it this one? They're identical, right? They're identical heights, so it doesn't matter which one you use. Doesn't really matter. So just using that one. And again, like there's like a potential long entry in this like a 23.853 cents might be a good area of value to go long on XRP if it makes it down there. And there's maybe divergence when you get there, but it's so bad, right? Like look at the daily on XRP on the RSI. You could like never break and stay above 60, which is bullish. You got to get above 60 and hold above 60, man. You just can't. But I guess this asset never, even in its craziness, the moves up, never stayed above 60 like, well, that was the, let's look at the weekly real quick. Quite different. Okay, there's not enough data on this one. Okay, great. Anyway, so where are you now? You're at 41. You're getting closer and closer to the bearish territory on the RSI. Jeez. What's up, like a light? You gotta love it, man. Every day. Every day. Oh, do we get 200 likes? What? Dude, holy crap. Thanks for the 207 freaking likes. Y'all are amazing. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the over 400 people watching.
Bruh.
So again, man, I know people don't want to like the idea, but we're just talking about simple harmonics, and it could just be scuffed, right? Because of the wick, and it may not even count. But if you're just talking about XABCD, D is at 24 cents. But, you know, like, man, you gotta be patient on this one. This one is like a position trade. It's almost like US Steel in a way, XRP is. Seriously. Just because of that crazy long-term uptrend in log scale, right? Where you're holding above, you know, these supports for the most part. Right? It was like 60 plus days from this low to this higher low, from this low to the next. Hopefully, you're hoping for another higher low. It's only been like 40 days. So if it was to be the same here as it was here, this was back in like 2017, same here, then it would be like another 20 days. So you just gotta, one has to be patient on XRP. It's a position trade for the most part. It's not really a swing trade. Position trade is meaning like you're holding it for longer than a week. Okay. It's your boy Hus. Congrats on 21K subs. Thanks, dude. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, dude. Barely at 21K subs. Barely. Hey, Luke King. Stop talking about yourself. You are. What's up, Mike Martino? You're in the sauna watching TA. Dude, is your phone getting foggy at all? Okay. What were you talking about though? On Nvidia? Oh yeah, I forgot about Litecoin. My bad, dude. VeChain just got us all off kilter. VeChain Connect. So let me go to 4 hour. This log scale. Yeah, we even broken a log scale. I don't know, man. It's like we keep on up sloping. Not really able to get anywhere. We just $65. You just keep failing at it. You just keep failing. So does that mean there's accumulation? It's almost just like a wedge or something is forming. And now you got like this divergence and stuff, man, on the 4 hour. This is like inverse of Bitcoin right now, right? Legit, like look, it's like a low on price, about the same, or high on price, about the same high on price, lower levels of positive momentum. It's the same friggin' thing on the RSI. It's not really good, like high, same high. That's impending price action reversal to the downside, which I know we got, but it hasn't gone very far. So I don't know if it's played out completely or not. So you just got to think like, even if Bitcoin breaks the upside, I think Litecoin's still going to go with it. Right, don't you think? Right, it's just like this point, like this is what you have going on maybe, you know, after the impulse, upslope consolidation. But then you could definitely just be like, okay, whatever. See, that's the problem with trying to anchor from the bottom, is like you just don't know where that bottom is yet. So you can't. And then you have the crazy milkman wick. Makes it really tough to, you know, the pattern. Like, where does it start, man? You start, yeah, if you disregard the wick like we are on Bitcoin, then it's like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right? Like wedge or something is being painted. So you got a wedge with bearish divergence going on. So just be careful on Litecoin. That's failed 3 times to really break critical resistance, and it's showing divergence. So that's not what Bitcoin's doing. The exact opposite. Bitcoin's literally like making a slightly lower low with much higher levels of relative strength and lower levels of negative momentum. So it's inverse. Probes you did? Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Like the 61% retrace.
I just felt like TIPPING. Oxy is looking interesting. Descending wedge. Price sitting at 2008 lows. Bullish divergence on the daily.
Is that a join?
Yeah, everything was good until earnings and it got wrecked, right? So, thank you, dude, Wayne, for the 420. Really appreciate it, man. Let me just show real quick what Peoples is talking about with this bearish butterfly. Which, yes, absolutely. Certainly so. How incredible, right? How insane is it to think, right? From your high to low, the 61.8% retrace, the golden retrace, and a gap fill, $228 is a from high to low, a golden mean ratio, a 1.618. So confluence. So that divergence is continuing to build on Nvidia some. Not on the RSI really. And maybe we get a couple more runs and fill the gap, and that might be a decent short opportunity. Yeah, for sure. Let's get like quadruple MACD bearish divergence and at a 618, I might go short with you, right? That just means you might come to back test 190, right? That'd be a great area for profit taking. It makes so much sense.
Hype in the chat!
Bruh.
It is really nice out of screen, man. Well, thanks for watching. Right? People say that, yeah, they don't trade, they just watch stream because the good vibes, the community is like the best. Like this is like I may not be the best streamer, but I guarantee you I got the best community in crypto for sure. The best people in it. Yes. Think looking good for a breakout? I don't know, man. What's it at right now? We know the support resistance like the back of our hand. What is it though? I'm looking for a mile. Watch this. Chicho 11, thanks for the sub. Welcome. Say something in the chat if you're here, and I'll try to say hi back. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, yeah, it's above critical resistance. Great. Yeah, the idea was like if it stalled out. I don't know why this is off. Maybe it's because I'm looking at the 4 hour. I think so. Oh yeah, daily, and I look at this in log. Yes. So, you know, here it just seemed like, all right, not really, it's still just barely breaking above this resistance. I think that if one was trying to get like the best position on a long here, lowest risk, you know, down at 181, but clearly just continuing on up. If Bitcoin dumps, then Link's probably going to dump too, any kind of volatility. But if you get rid of this and you just see, I mean, this ran straight to, this one's been nice, been real nice. So bull pull, bull flag, just continuing on up, but not breaking the top of the flag at all, is it? Just not yet. But it's almost like with all these wicks, is maybe just low liquidity or something. Looks like accumulation or something's going on. All right, if you just look at candle closes, just forget the wicks for a second, because that's a lot of noise, man, isn't it? It's almost like ascending triangle connect at the end, maybe. So that's another way to look at it. You're above 275, which is a big deal. 3.28% you're up today, like 9 cents, which is good, right? So it looks like this is a, you know, you're developing some sort of consolidation pattern. I mean, try to look at it a couple different ways. Like a flag, like upsloping flag, you know, right? Something like that, maybe. But you know where you are now? If you can hold and sustain above this long enough, there's no resistance until 373. So this might go much higher. You very well could, depending on the macro. If the macro is good to you, Link might go up to higher prices. Yeah. accumulation with some sort of sell wall clearly around 285, and we just looked at it, we just plotted it. It's like you're at the apex, man. You're there, like you're at do or die time for Link Connect, link in log scale. Overstock took a dump. You mean understock then, right? The understock. Beautiful. Nice one though. On those who were talking about the butterfly on Nvidia, yeah. Danny Tron, we did VeChain earlier, but I guess since you know, people are asking, and it is in the title of the stream. Yeah, we can go. It's starting to climb again, right? It was as high as about 10%. It was only up 7%. Now it's up 10. So let's go to it real quick. VeChain, yes, certainly.
VeChain doing things.
All right, 66% of a penny, up 135%. No, it's up 131% since its lowest low of all time, October 23rd. So like 3 weeks or so, you're nearing the golden retrace, the reciprocal of the golden mean ratio, which is the 1618. So high to low, candle close to candle close. You're hitting top, man. You're overbought. You're at 79. You're at the highest levels of positive momentum we've seen today since, wow, December of 2018. That's crazy, dude. An ascending triangle with a hat, a top hat, a classy hat. Lost your gun. So what's up with VeChain? Well, it was the Chinese president that I believe was Chinese president talking about cryptocurrency or blockchain legitimacy, along with Bitcoin breaking the upside was the first catalyst. You just had a small little pennant consolidation that happened, and then there was the summit, right, between China and France, and you know, discussions with logistics and partnerships with VeChain and governments, and that's the second move up. And then today, I don't know, all Chinese assets are climbing somewhat, whether it's Tron Connect, ONT, Neo, or VeChain, all climbing. This one's the leader. No, Neo's still the leader today, up 11.6%. So we looked at that earlier, and I guess it's continued to climb. It might be at its highest side of the day. Crazy, dude. Dang, running out of coffee, man. Oh, man. Oh, that last sip had how many, you know, the grounds in it a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if everyone coffee's here. Probably not. But, like, dude, I don't know what coffee he gave me, but it's these little bitty small beans that are like a light color. And it tastes so different. I love it, man. It's really, really good. Derek asks, that is, got any argument behind it? Any kind of, you know, what makes Tron Connect the best blockchain? This isn't early 2018, dude. Okay. This is late 2019. So you're like the first person to say that in, like, I don't know, close to 2 years. Oh man, we got 420.
Is that a join?
Watching. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, that bell, that sub. It's an early stream. I've been live for nearly 2 hours. Just because of some of the movement on the altcoin market, as well as the S&P 500 closing pretty much at all-time highs. Same with the Dow Jones Industrial. It's beautiful, man. You should continue to climb. Your retirement accounts are happy, aren't they? In this extremely propped up, manipulated market. And remember, if you never want to miss a live stream, if you want to keep the conversation when this live stream ends, you need to join the Discord, because YouTube has a very bad notification system, and if I go live at 2 o'clock, there's a good chance many of you, or many of the people that aren't here, were not notified, and they weren't part of the Discord, so they're missing the stream because of that. So join the freaking Discord. There's nearly 5,000 members. Okay, level 2 Discord. It's huge, very active. and it's one of the best communities that exist in any space. Join it. Someone post the link. Well, and the link is in the description below too, so check it out. That's where we are, and that's the best way to get in contact with me or anyone else in this live chat now. So okay, so, and this is why I talked about, you know, last time we analyzed Tesla,
Is that a join?
how bad of an idea it is to go short because there were no variables that told us that there was impending price action versus the downsides. So look what's happened. That squeeze is continuing. You're continuing to go to higher prices. You're about to hit the Mariana Trench retrace from the high to low 88% of the waves at 356. And the top of this insanely large pattern that's been in development since June of 2017, this right-angled and descending broadening formation. That top is at like $388, so you're getting closer and closer and closer. Wow, a little bit over resistance at 360, but that's pretty much confluent with an 88% retrace. So yeah, you're very, very overbought. Very overbought. Freaking 82. You were there, earnings, all that, but before that, when's the last time you saw those levels? Shoot, February 2017, which was here before we sold off, ran again. Good news, man. Look at the good things that can happen when you get back above critical areas. Look, we were below it. We finally broke back above it, sold off a little bit, ran out of time, then earnings, pow. They surprisingly made money. What? Yeah, 420 up here. Elon Musk becomes private or something. Oh my God.
Is that a join?
No, it's not. $5D chest. Yeah, I'm like, you know, a name like that, you have no credibility, like, at all. Like, no one would ever listen to someone like you, dude. Yeah, imagine being an adult and creating a name called 5D chest boobs. Wow, your parents would be proud. Imagine like me making a living my best life, and you know, I'm live streaming and I'm living the dream. You are creating an account named that, talking crap with no basis. Baseless sentence. You can stay overbought for years. Okay. Not normally on the daily. Definitely not normally on the daily. What will happen is you'll get overbought. You'll come back to like 70, 65, and you'll stay above 60 for years. That's what you can do. But you say you're going to stay overbought for years, that's... No. Not really. Nah, dude. You get overbought, you get out overbought, you get overbought again on higher prices. That's it, dude. You're pondering whether to buy the RTX 2080 Super or TI. Just depends on what you want, man. I mean, the 2080 Super is, I'm sure, very good. A lot of people are pissed that they even made that thing. But the 2080 Super is like as good as the 1080i, or 1080 Ti, excuse me, right? Or maybe better. Oh man, there's hate. The hate's crazy, dude. It's like, I don't know what it is. Pent up aggression for their own shortcomings in life. I don't know what it is, man. But Tesla killing it, man. Just straight up. And this is the shorts graveyard, dude. Same stuff here. Pow. Straight up. Straight up. It's a gnarly stock. Okay, so VeChain approaching that 10% gains on the day area. Beautiful. Waiting on the 2080 Super Duper Ultra Deluxe Edition. Yeah, I think they're going to call that the 3080 Favang. And I think it's going to come out or be unveiled next year. All right. Graphic card prices are very high lately. Not lately. Ever since the ICO boom of 2017, everything's been up, you know, and hasn't gone down at all, really. Maybe a small amount But the thing is, what's happened is like the GPU market mainly gets like bought out by like resellers, and then the resellers will mark up the price. They'll corner the market, and that's what we have going on. Because like with the 10 series, the 1080 Ti's and stuff like that, they're going to stay high because of those resellers, and the fact that Nvidia is not creating those anymore, no longer manufacturing that, because they have to finite amount of manufacturing room and machines, so they're making 2080s, or the 1060s, like all the newer GPUs. Whew. 3 monitors enough. You're gonna game, stream, and make random content. I mean, I don't think that a 2080 Ti is gonna, or a 2080 Super is gonna have problems with what you're doing. Now, if you're doing maybe what I'm doing with all the graphics, you know, better safe than sorry. But again, I don't know, like, you know, mine's just a reinvestment to the stream, getting the 2080 Ti, and it was just so I can pay back the stream with the best. If I can get better graphics like on screen and stuff like that, I'm gonna do it. So it just depends, right? Hey, guess what? My first GPU when I started streaming was definitely not a 2080 Ti. They didn't exist yet, but it sure as heck wasn't a 1080 Ti either. My first GPU streaming was like a 960 or 940, and then the first amount of money I ever made from streaming, I put it back into getting a computer, which like a made computer, and that's when like GPU prices were at their highest point pretty much. And or they were like coming off their highest levels ever, but it was a 1070, and that one sufficed for sure. New way to get attention is doing things. Arthur Clark, you must not be a member of this community, dude. VeChain doing things is a literal meme. Hello?
VeChain doing things.
Can you hear it, Arthur?
VeChain doing things.
Yeah, dude, it's me trying to get attention.
VeChain doing things.
Not a meme we've had in our community for like a year and a half. Really? Are you mad too, dude? It's okay. My first graphics card was a potato. Yes, it was, dude. Everything 720, all that, right? Hey, for some reason I switched out my USB again on my webcam. I'm having no flickering, no problems at all now. It's all good. So you remember, anyone remember R or WRK Westrock Connect? Anyone at all?
Bruh.
Guess what we did? Finally, friggin' finally, broke that neckline. Confirmed double bottom. 88% retrace. You got that accumulation, and then you got bullish convergence at the end. You had hidden bullish divergence on the MACD, right? Low, higher levels of negative momentum. Beautiful. Wow, impending price action continuation to the upside. Got it. So measure move of this WRK is at 45.20, just about $5 away. Let's go. Let's go, dude. People just come to try to kill the vibe. Whatever, man. Not like they're gonna stop me from streaming. They can't stop me. I'll be here. Right? Pretty consistent, I guess. Okay. Again, y'all remember?
VeChain doing things.
Yeah, who said that? It was the Hodge twins, right? Okay. Yeah, and let's be real here, right? VeChain's not doing things, right? It was just me looking for attention. It's not up nearly 10% on the day, right? Of course. A lot of salt out for VeChain. Yeah, dude. For sure. Ooh, welcome new members to the Discord. Welcome. Oh my god, Zachary, dude, what have you done, man? Look, someone created a GIF, or Zachary created a GIF. Okay, this was like, you know, when I was at the, you know, they like had me on TV for like 2 seconds at the Alabama LSU game. They look. It says chart sucks. I can't. Let me try to zoom it out. There you go. Chart sucks, man. I think I said that at the game. That's funny. Very nice, man. So Bitcoin, when it was just a little while ago, it got as high as 80. It got over $8,800. It's now pulled back to 87.62. But doesn't take away from the fact that on the 60-minute and the 4-hour, sellers look exhausted based on the oscillators. You got a critical support looking left from October 9th through 11th or whatever, and that's it. And you're kind of creating a wedge after a very, very bullish impulse. I'm sorry, Arthur. Look at you, dude. Sucks to be you, man. Dude. Arthur, I'm sorry your life sucks so bad, dude. Maybe one day you'll learn how to empower other people and live your best life, but we know you're not living your best life, dude. Anyone coming in talking crap in a live chat is not living their best life, dude. They have a lot of bad problems, you know, and so they're just taking it out on people who are living their best life. So, he's talking about politics, what? Your first graphics card couldn't even do VGA? Do you even know the brand, the make and model of that GPU? Because I'd be very, you know, interested to know which one it is. I'm not. Brian Miller, I'm clearly not financially viable, commercially viable, right, for YouTube right now because I don't do Super Chat, correct. And it's funny. They're like, oh, yeah, but I can't even, I'm not even eligible for the membership status yet because I don't have 30,000 subs. But like video game streamers, degenerates, they have, video game streamers and degenerates have membership, that amenity available to them. So it's crazy, man. Not commercially viable, but you're not even letting me have that amenity. It's crazy. Moon Boy hat, Jesse. You know how to get the Moon Boy hat on if you want it. We'll get it. They take 30% in Super Chat. Absolutely. Arthur has no future, a bad past, and doesn't present anything of value. Wrecked on all time scales. King Logan, I agree, man. It sucks. Whoops. Oops, someone's making multiple accounts. That's cool, dude. Get wrecked. Let's go back. So VeChain, man. All right, just hanging out. Should see the golden ratio soon at 69% of a penny. This golden zone, you're deep in it. You're getting near the top. Craziest thing that could happen is you break the 618 retrace and you run up to the 786, which is like 80% of a penny. That's crazy, man. Friggin' crazy. Okay, so since I've been live for 2 hours, let's another one of these. Those only 8s. Sponsored by the scrub haters that have nothing going in their life, and we dominate them. All right. Rent-free, that's for sure, right? Rent-free. So nearing 8,500. 8,500. Oh, so important. Extremely important. I think breaking below 8,500 with any kind of resounding effort, you're going to go down to 7,500 again. But if we stay above it long enough, very good. And we know the context of the situation where we broke out of a 121-day correction and we're just scooting along the outside of it, right? Regarding it as support when it was once resistance. Very nice. And now on less significant time scales, the 60-minute and the 4-hour, seller exhaustion setting in near those critical areas. And it's not just the horizontal line support, but it's also from the lowest low to highest high. We're at a 61.8% retrace. And we know how much Bitcoin loves the golden retrace. Really does. Yeah, I couldn't imagine what their life is like. Who has time to do that? It's crazy. Am I gonna stay till 8, Graham? No real reason to stay till 8. I just was going live early because I felt like it. And that's it. So yeah, man, I guess 2 hours. I'm supposed to go live in less than an hour now, but you know, what's gonna happen, dude? If Bitcoin starts pumping to the upside, sure, I'll come back live, but who knows when that's gonna be. Yeah, seller exhaustion, exactly. That's the wedge and the divergence, man. I have not seen that, Brian, man. All right, so wedge, divergence, 4 hour on both oscillators now. That's even like somehow another like 1, 2, 3. It looks so mature on the RSI now on this time scale, and in 60 minutes the same thing, right? Look at that, dude. It's like triple RSI, bullish divergence, low, slightly lower low, about the exact same low, higher level of strength every time. That's beautiful, man. Beautiful, maturing 60-minute divergence. And look at this. Look at the freaking MACD. It's wonderful, man. I mean, these are all, it's already started, right? This already is begun to play out. So you're rallying, but we know the 4 hours real. And I think that a definite target, if this is all to play out, I think a definite target's like 9,030. That's a square up. Square up back from November 11th, just yesterday, right? When we dumped beginning yesterday. So. Yeah, pretty much somewhere, but they don't even allow me to have one of their amenities that can make them money, right? Hey, look, dude. He's a meme, man. Look, it's Arthur Clarke. The scrub's probably still watching too. How pathetic. But yeah, man. Look what we've done. Someone in our community that he talked crap about. Look, this is him. We actually found, we doxed him. We're doxing him right now, okay? This is where he lives, okay? There it is, man. He lives on a park bench somewhere in the UK, probably. Who knows? Okay. He will work for food. Arthur Clarke, living his best life.
Bruh. Look here! Look, listen!
Get wrecked, dude. Remember, he talked crap about everyone in this community, so. Do I see bearish divergence on the weekly for AMD? Probably. I don't even have to look to say probably. So yeah, but now it's starting to get weird. So it's like you had it, right? I've already looked at the weekly on AMD, right? Let me just hide this, I guess, and only let it be visible on the daily. All right, so like, yeah, right. So here's a high, here's the higher, slightly higher high, and it looked like, yeah, divergence there, divergence here. But look what's happening. Divergence, it played out, right? That's what can happen in bull trends, man. It plays out, and the macro does really well. Think about it. This is a part of the S&P 500. So if like the S&P 500 is just going to continue to rally, this is going to be affected positively by that. But look what's happening. I mean, your divergence is now becoming not really divergence anymore, right? It's just kind of becoming, well, this did technically play out when you went from 35, 36 all the way down to like 27, 40, right? So it's not as clear anymore on the weekly for AMD. Not near as clear. I mean, look at this though. You know, you think about what's a 1272 major high to low. Holy crap, right? 1272 is at like 39.11, and I think that's confluent with the 1618. So I think this could climb to maybe $40 before pulling back some. In time. Okay. Cool. Okay. Bitcoin diamond bags. Yeah, that would be his for sure. All right, so I think you get the gist of what this stream's been about today. Mainly been about VeChain doing things. Mainly been about Bitcoin showing 60-minute and 4-hour bullish divergence on both oscillators near a critical support, at a critical support looking left. Also, Bitcoin hitting a 61.8% retrace from its lowest low to its highest high. So it seems the probability is higher now that Bitcoin will run to the upside to at least square up at 9,030 and maybe go higher. It seems like that would happen next. Obviously, it's not certain, but we're just reading the charts, telling you what the charts say. Do it every day. And also talking about stock market making all-time highs. It's beautiful. So that's it, man. Okay. So if you do or you did enjoy this live stream at all, hit that like button, that bell. That's really appreciate it. Thanks for Vet Moonboy coming in, tipping $250 freaking dollars at the beginning of the stream. Thanks Kevin Grubb, Crypto Schwab. That it? Oh, Wayne Batson, Maha Freedom. Thank you for the contributions. Thanks so much, freaking Crypto Schwab, for joining the Patreon. Thanks so much, Yarn, for joining the Patreon, even though we had an altercation. I don't know, the other day. You still joined. I really appreciate it. Hold on. Oh, it's a different Yarn because of that guy. He has to name his name John. Yeah, that's who it was. Wow, dude. Well, Jarn, the good Jarn, not the crazy Jarn. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon today. I don't know if you're watching right now, but shout out to you. And then thanks again, Crypto Schwab, man, for joining. Y'all are freaking amazing. Thanks so much to my bookie for sending me my money because it's Tuesday. He had to settle up again.
Bruh.
So if you don't know, I took a bet this weekend. Finally saw some lines that I really liked. It's a 3-game, 10-point teaser. Okay. Here it is.
Bruh.
Okay, so remember when you get those, it's a, let me just have it up on my screen so I can tell you. All right, Penn State -4, Alabama -9.5, Wisconsin -2. I think this might very well be the lock of the year. You've got Alabama and Penn State both coming off heartbreaking losses, but they're still somehow in it if they win out. Somehow. It's not in their control, but that's enough motivation for these teams to bounce back this week and perform. Rave Zero, thanks so much for the sub, dude. These teams are going to be pissed. Wisconsin has 2 losses. They're going to Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, to face the Cornhuskers. Wisconsin's a really good team. I don't think they're going to lose the game. And if they barely win, I think they're going to win by more than a field goal. So that is a justification for Penn State -4, Alabama -9.5, tied with Wisconsin -2. 3-game, 10-point teaser. That's it, dude. So,
Bruh.
So appreciate y'all. I might be back if we get some pumps and stuff, but Don't know, man. So just be a part of the Discord so you know when I go live, so you get notified instead of relying on YouTube's terrible system. Okay. Oregon's absolutely still possibly in the playoffs. If they win out completely when the Pac-12 beat Utah and stuff like that, dude, they're in. Probably. I mean, you would think. But it's really going to be tough when Oregon lost to Auburn, but if Bama goes in and stomps Auburn, it's going to be real hard for the committee to be like, they have a comparable opponent and they killed them. And they killed a rival at home in Auburn. So, you know, Oregon-Auburn was played at a neutral field. So, always chance, but you just don't know, man. A lot of chaos can happen as it's happened before. So, I'll be back later. Keep your eye on that divergence and the falling wedge on Bitcoin. Until next time, respect the T. A.
I have a robot vagina.
VeChain doing things.
Adios, turd nuggets.